Let me get you guys set up so you can see me. So when I say go, guys, you're going to give you 60 seconds of lunges. Get that knee all the way to the floor. Get those heart rates up and body forward. Off we go. Lovely. Keep moving, guys. You've got 20 seconds. Try to use a full minute here so you are nice and warm. 10 more seconds. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
You're okay, we've just started.
Okay.
3, 2, and 1, guys. You're gonna come to a nice wide straddle for me. And we're gonna go for 60 seconds of side squats, or if you can get into a Cossack squat. So just reaching the hips back and down, make sure you draw that knee out over your baby toe. And if it feels good, guys, you can drop that hip as low as you can, bringing your hamstring all the way onto your calf. Off we go. Very nice. Just be mindful, if you're not in a wide enough straddle, it'll be hard to get your hips low. So make sure those feet are nice and wide. Lovely, Jenny. Working on that depth, Megan, if you can. Take your time going side to side. Try to sit your hips all the way down. Another 20 seconds. Reach those hips back. Lovely, last 5 seconds. And rest, guys. We're going for some pike walks. So I'm going to start at the beginning of my yoga mat. Take one foot just slightly in front. I'm going to reach my hands down and I'm going to bounce and step into that pike. So I'm just taking a half step forward, and then I'm reverse it on my yoga mat. All right, so just moving forward and back for 60 seconds, off we go. If you need to do a slight bend in the knee, you can. Don't have to touch the floor, just make sure you're feeling that stretch. And again, think of it as a controlled movement. So slow, actively pulling that chest down onto the top of your legs. 30 more seconds, guys. Maybe you can reach a little more. Lovely work. 10 seconds. And rest. Our final movement then is going to move in from a tuck position. So I'm coming all the way down onto the balls of my feet. I'm going to do 2 bounces. 1, 2. Straighten my knees and 2 bounces with my chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off we go. Very nice. Good, Emer. Good work, Shane. Good, Danielle. Comfort if you can keep your feet and knees together. Lovely, guys. So get good knee compression and then lock out those knees at the top. Who's that? Sinead Flynn. Excellent. Lovely, guys. Another 20 seconds. front of our ankle. So all the way down here along the front of our foot. You have a couple of options here. So you're going to come onto your knees, make sure your ankle bones and heels are together, and you're going to sit back and just feel that stretch along the front of the foot. If this is easy and you don't feel anything, you're going to lean back and lift your knees, and you should feel that stretch then into the front of your ankle. And your other option, if you do have a yoga block, is to place the top half of your foot onto that yoga block and then sit back. So you're getting a little bit of space to push your ankle through. All right, so I'll let everybody get set up. And we're gonna hold this for 60 seconds. Off we go. So think about knees, ankle bones together. How you doing, Shane? So it's a really good stretch, guys, especially if you're tight here, or if you do lots of running, you can be tight here. Very nice. Good use of the yoga mat.
Jane.
Yeah.
Should the foot come together or do they open up at the ankle?
Optimally, they stay together. But even for me, I find it very hard to keep them touching, but just intentionally keep them as close as you can.
I can't keep mine together.
Because my body is running on each other.
Same with me, if I have them together now, and when I sit back, they do kind of flare to the side a little bit. You can push them back together, and then even see if you can hold them together with the cheeks of your bum. Lovely, guys. So we're here for another 20 seconds. Very nice. And in these 60-second holds, guys, try your best to get the full 60 seconds. Lovely. And release. So we'll go right into the next one. Easy transition. This time I'm going to curl my toes under. So coming onto the balls of my feet. Again, push your ankle bones together. Sit back. And you're going to feel this maybe in the arch of your foot or maybe into your Achilles. So if you can see even from the back here, I'm sitting on the balls of my feet. And take your shoulders back if you need to get more of a stretch. You just feel that weight down the top. Everybody okay? Yeah. So nice little bit of foot TLC here. And let's use this time just to take a couple of deep breaths. It's important to keep our bodies in the parasympathetic nervous system so you're nice and relaxed and not fighting against that stretch. So nice deep breaths can help you to stay relaxed. Last 10 seconds. Lovely, guys, an easy way out of that. So we're going to stick with our ankles now for a moment. From this kneeling position, I'm going to take one foot forward. And from here, I'm going to use the weight of my upper body to lean down to compress my ankle position here. And I can really feel this right up the back of my Achilles. If you want, you can pop a yoga block even under your hips just to give yourself a bit of support. But you're using the weight of your chest to close that angle between the top of your foot and your shin. So that clock is on, guys. We're here for 60 seconds. For positioning here, just make sure the inside of your knee is in line with your big toe. So not coming inside it. Just give me a thumbs up if you can feel that in your Achilles, up the back of your ankle. Excellent. So really nice stretch, guys, especially if anyone's part of that run club. Super important to look after the lower body muscles. Fifteen more seconds on this side. And again, relax everything else. Relax the weight of your body onto that leg. Stick with me, guys. Very nice. Okay, ease back and you're going to make your way onto your opposite foot. So once you're in position again, just lean forward. You probably notice a difference between your left and right ankle. Typically people have one that's tighter than the other. So the heel of your foot is staying in contact with the floor and you're looking to close that angle between the top of your foot and your shin bone. Lovely. And I just have a little yoga block here propped under my hips, just for a little bit of support here, and it allows me add more weight on top of my leg. 20 seconds. As we finish this stretch, guys, stay where you are. But for our next stretch, if you have something to prop under your hips, so ideally yoga blocks, if not a couple of cushions or books, you're looking to at least get your hips 2 to 3 inches off the floor. Okay, so ease your way out of that. So I'm going to work with one of my yoga blocks here. This is if you're quite tight in your hips. If not, you can sit on the floor. So I'll do a little demo here. I'm going to pop my hips up. And I'll give you 2 options for this one. If this is not working for you, I have a second option. So I'm taking my left leg in almost like a 90-degree angle out in front of me. My shin is parallel with my yoga mat. So I don't want to tuck my heel back towards my hips. I'm keeping my heel and my knee in line. Does that make sense? So my heel and my knee are in line, and then I'm going to pop my other ankle just up on top of that knee. So have a look at bad hip mobility here. The idea here is that both knees are collapsed down on top of each other. This is called a fire log stretch. The idea that you're stacking the 2 logs on top of each other. Now, if this is not achievable for you today, your second option is to come into a pike sit. Bend your ankle over your knee. Using the support of your hands behind you, lift the knee that's on the floor, and you come into a similar stretch. All right, so I'll do that one more time. From a pike position, bend one ankle onto your knee, lean back on your hands, and lift that knee so you feel a stretch in your outer hip. All right, so I'm going to get ready, guys. I'm going to pop back into the fire log stretch. I think I did my left leg underneath, and we're here, and that looks fantastic for 1 minute.
I feel like a stretch though.
You don't feel a stretch?
Not really. Is this right?
Yeah. Can you take?
I can feel it a little bit in this hip, but it's not like in any way.
You fantastic external hip rotation. Can you bring your right ankle out a bit further? Yeah, there. Too far. Bring it back a little. There, yeah. And then even bring your left foot right up on top of the knee. Yeah, and now you can lean into it. Lean your chest forward. Wow, amazing. Jenny, that's fantastic.
Can you look at it? It feels too easy.
Really nice, Danielle. Some of you have opted for the other one, that's okay. So if you are in the other one, guys, just make sure you're really using that knee to pull the hip up and lean your chest into that stretch as well. So try to get your chest closer to your shin to really feel that. We'll stay for another 10 seconds. Beautiful T. Nice, Sinead. Good comfort. Excellent, Dermot. This is a really good one. If you take a picture of yourself to use as a measure for increasing your hip external rotation. Really nice, guys. Lots of tight hips, including me. Excellent. So with the same leg that's on top, guys. So if I have my right knee on top, I'm going to cross my legs even more now and try to stack my knees. So I'm going to try and bring my knees to the center point in front. This is kind of a yoga pose. Again, if this is not possible, if you're coming from this stretch, I just want you to straighten that leg again, and you're going to pick this leg up, wrap your opposite hand around, and pull that knee into your chest as much as you can. Okay, so this is your one option. And then the other one is to cross those knees, overlap them in front, and stack one knee on top of the other. I'm aware I'm wearing all black and it's hard to see. Can you guys see what the position I'm in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm looking at Anna. Does Anna have it?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
amazing.
Perfect.
Lovely, guys. So we're here for 60 seconds. And again, Teresa, if you're not in that one, grab that knee, wrap it up, pull it to your chest, sit as tall as you can, really give it a tight squeeze. If you can, try to interlock the knee with your opposite elbow. So see how I kind of have it pinned in? So get your opposite elbow around that knee and pin it up to your chest. That's it, Shane. Nice, Emer.
Jane.
Yes, Comfort? Comfort, did you ask a question?
Are you supposed to feel it on your both hips?
Yes, both hips.
And your glutes?
And yes, and your glutes. You're doing it correct.
Jesus.
Lovely, guys. 5 more seconds. Beautiful. And all we're going to do now is swap the leg that you had on top, and we're going back into that first stretch, which is your fire log stretch. So whatever option you went with, take the opposite leg on the bottom and the other leg on top, and you can see my hip mobility is equally as bad on this side. Need to spend time here. 3, 2, 1, we're here for 60 seconds. So if I was to capture a picture of this and then work on my hip mobility for a couple of weeks, the idea is that I'd be able to get both my knees closer to the ground. And nice deep breaths. Try to keep both butt cheeks on the floor. Good T, bend that right leg T, and then push your chest forward. If you're doing the other stretch, lean into it. In fact, everybody can lean into it a little bit to increase the stretch. We have 15 seconds. Lovely, guys. And from here, you're just going to continue to wrap those legs. This time trying to stack your knees.
Yeah.
And again, if you look like me, that's okay. So one knee is way up in the air. If I turn sideways, you can see. But I can still really feel a great stretch on my left and right side. And if you're not in this one, guys, just straighten that bottom leg. Wrap the top leg into the crease of that elbow and squeeze it as you sit as tall as you can. So lengthen that spine, head and neck, and really brace that elbow to pull it to your chest. Looking good. Nice, Emer. If you can get that right elbow wrapped around even more. Yeah. Great work. Super, Sinead. And just let me know, guys, if you're not feeling anything in your outer hip. But if you're in that cross-legged one, I have no doubt that you're feeling it. Lovely, guys. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Out you come, guys. You can just sit onto your heels and rock those hips out side to side. We're going to start working on our splits next. So if you have 2 yoga blocks, guys, excellent. You can use them as a support. And all we're going to do is coming into a nice long lunge, making sure that front foot is out in front of your knee. And I'm going to be dropping my hips, my hip flexor, trying to open it as much as I can. And I'm going to hang out here for 30 seconds. You can use your yoga blocks as a support. And make sure you have something soft under that back knee. And that front foot, even if it's slightly out in front of your knee. Okay, let everybody get set up. In 3, 2, 1. We're here for 30 seconds. Try and let the weight of your shoulders, so sit back with those shoulders. Jenny, I want you to pull your shoulders back. And Jenny, if you can take your foot further forward, your front foot. Yeah, so it's out in front of your knee. This shin here should be vertical or even a slight angle. Lovely, guys. From this position, don't move anything. You're just going to straighten the front knee, pull your toe towards you, and lean into that stretch, getting a nice deep stretch into the back of the hamstring. As you lean forward, think about lengthening your spine rather than rounding over it. So you're hinging at the hips. A couple of deep breaths here. You can do a couple of pulses if you want, so little bounces with the upper body. Lovely, guys. As you hold that stretch, just keep eyes on me for a moment. So if you have a wooden floor with your socks on, this is perfect. And if not, you can put your heel onto a cushion. And from this position, with my front leg straight, I'm just going to allow that foot slide out as far as it feels comfortable. And then I'm going to actively press my heel into the ground, using my leg to bring myself back to the start position. Okay, you can have your yoga blocks for support. I'm going to slide out again, maybe a little bit further, and then actively press that heel down to pull myself back up. I want everyone to do 5 reps, nice and slow. Take your time and really challenge yourself. Try to push that leg a little bit further each time. Lovely. So I see lots of wooden floors, which is perfect. You'll work with socks very easily, or just a cushion. Nice, guys. So trust yourself. Let the weight of your body push that leg out. Go for it, Danielle. Beautiful. And then use the heel. Drag the heel into the floor, using your hands as little as possible to bring yourself back to the start position. Very nice, Jenny. Good, Warren. Lovely, Jackie. Okay, Shane, let's see it. Key thing here, guys, is to lock out that front knee. Looking good, Anna and Megan. Okay, T, let's see it. That's it, she's telling me. Lovely, guys. So once you've done 5, we're going to slide out and we're just going to hold that position for 30 seconds. So get yourself into the front, give yourself some support, and we're here for 30 seconds. Breathe. Wherever you are, just once you feel that stretch, trying to keep both hips square. 10 more seconds here. Deep breaths. Really nice, guys. Pulling that foot back, and we're going to make our way onto the opposite side. All right, so starting with our lunge. Dropping those hips forward. Take the shoulders back over the hips. use that gravity to let your hip flexor fall into the ground. Lovely, guys. Make sure that front foot is out in front of your knee, and 30 seconds is on. Very nice. If you can take your hands up. Just let them relax back behind you. Got 5 more seconds. Really nice. So without moving anything, just straighten that front leg, pull your toe towards your shin, and lengthen that spine, leaning into that hamstring. And we're here for 30 seconds. Really good work, guys. Can you all feel that deep hamstring stretch? I'll take it as a yes, you're also focused. Really nice. 5 more seconds here. Lovely, guys. And when we're ready, we're going to lift our chest, holding this position. I want you to create lots of tension in that front leg. Squeeze your kneecap, point your toe, and then we're going to let that foot slide out as far as we can. And then actively drag it back up to your start position. So 5 slow reps, guys. When you get out to the top of that split, maybe hold it for a second. Actively pull yourself back, sliding out. The hips may twist slightly. Try to keep them as square as possible. Good, I've done 3. 4. It'll be very tempting to use your hands on the way up. So I'm going to my last one, guys, and we're going to hold here for 30 seconds. See how I'm doing time for Sonia. We have 2 minutes, we're okay. So slide out, guys, and hang out here. Get your support. You notice this side is either easier or a lot harder than the other side. This is my bad side. Nice deep breaths. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Slide those knees back. Just take a little seat, guys. Excellent work. Rock those hips side to side. You probably know that you have hamstrings in the morning, especially with those active splits. Lovely stuff. I'm going to stop the recording.